welcome to the Theatre Cafe this afternoon. We are very lucky to have been joined by some of the cast of the comedy about the bank robbery. Welcome!
Thank you.
Give it up to the comedy about the bank robbery, everyone! Woo! Thank you so much for coming in. It's very nice to have you here. Your first time?
First time sitting down.
See what I mean about him being the funny one? He is the funny one.
Would you like to elaborate?
So I popped in for a lovely cup of tea before, but I've never kind of sat down and enjoyed it properly.
But now you are.
Now I am.
Isn't it marvellous?
Yeah, it's great. It's really nice.
How about you guys? Frequent the establishment?
I've been in a couple of times. Yeah, a couple of times. But takeaways only, so it's nice to sit down.
It's my first time here. So
Hurrah!
I feel quite excited. I was looking for a word there. I was like, what should I say?
So tell us a bit about the show. Who's going to speak? Go for it.
I'll do it. Okay, so the comedy about bank robbery is a comedy about a bank robbery. And there's a lot of silliness. People, the classic fast stuff. People getting knocked out by doors, being punched by accident, hit with various objects, mainly Pete.
I was going to say, you
I
can take
mean,
the brunt of it.
So it starts. It's in Minneapolis in the summer of 1958, and it's a guy breaks out of prison and comes up with this elaborate idea of.
I wouldn't say elaborate.
No, it's not elaborate. No, it's
Not at
quite-
all.
No, get the diamond.
Get the diamond and move on. That's kind of the plan, isn't it?
Who's talking?
Sorry.
You can continue, all right? As soon as you know so much, you go, Sam.
Come on, Len. Right, okay, so the scene switches to the Bank of Minneapolis, where this diamond is going to be held by, it's Prince Ludwig's diamond, isn't it? Of Hungary. And we meet all these different characters. We meet Mr. Freeboys over here, and we meet Warren Slacks, and they work in the bank, and we meet a variety of different characters who are, as we discover, are
Idiots.
stupid and just larger than life, but kind of brilliant in a way, really, aren't they? A bit fun. Pete, would you like to come on?
Would I like to walk?
Elaborate. Go on.
Elaborate.
Remember where you are.
Remember where I am. Yeah, quite. No, I think they've summed it up really. There's a diamond, and lots of people who want to get their hands on it for different reasons, and then hilarity ensues.
And it is very much about physical comedy as well, isn't it? So there's a lot of slapstick involved. How difficult is that to rehearse, and how precise do you have to be?
Very, very precise. I mean, in terms of it's at its funniest when it's at its most precise.
Yeah.
So 8 times a week for however long, I can't pretend it's always 100%. In fact, it sometimes isn't. But, people quite like that, we think. That's how I let myself off anyway. If it does
It's the charm of it, isn't it?
It's the charm of it. Yeah.
I think if it does go wrong, we're very good at acknowledging that it's gone wrong and dealing with it and trying to make it even more funny because we've got it wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we don't try and get it wrong.
No.
To our producers, we do not try.
We work very
Ever.
hard.
It's okay, I'm sure they're not watching. I'm sure it's fine. So it's by the guys at Mischief Theatre as well, who've had really an unparalleled success. So they've obviously also got The Play That Goes Wrong in the West End, and it's on Broadway as well, isn't it? And other projects in the pipeline, so we hear as well. But what do you think? Why do you think they've been so successful?
I think there was a huge gap in the market for it. There wasn't a lot of stuff happening on the West End that was like this kind of thing. The only show that I can think of that compares is probably like Noises Off or something like that. And there's no other play or musical or anything that's of a similar nature really. So I think they've really taken that gap in the market and expanded on it, and it's great.
Yeah.
Because I think it's proper British humour, and also we get a lot of sort of foreign students and a lot of people visiting the country, and they absolutely love it. They absolutely go for it. So it makes you very proud to have an ownership of that kind of humour. I think
one of the charms about it as well. That close.
Mike, take come on.
And one of the charms about it as well is it's all of their plays are basically a lot of unknown actors and people, and you know, there's no kind of trying to fill seats or whatever by getting names and things like that. But we're all, like, people who are in the Mischief shows are just good at what they do and making people laugh, and I think that is one of the charms about it.
Yeah, and I think also their shows kind of unashamedly do exactly what it says on the tin. You know, if you're turning up to see the play that goes wrong, or the comedy about a bank robbery, and you're not sure what you're about to watch, then you're an idiot.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the great virtues of it. People
Yeah.
know what they're coming to see, and they turn up ready for it and are already kind of signed up to having a good time,
Yeah.
which is great for us.
And the minute it starts, you're straight into the start. Like there's no holding back. Literally the lights are up and it's like, oh, okay, this is the world that we're in. This kind of larger than life, stupid. You know, just kind of put your troubles away for a couple of hours and have a laugh, basically.
There's also some really nice moments when you get some people in like the front couple of rows, whatever, and you can see before you've even walked on stage that they're going to be like, go on then, make me laugh.
Yeah.
By the end of it,
Yeah.
they're crying.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
It's great, and we win every night.
Yeah.
It's great.
And what's it like trying to, doing that eight times a week? Are there bits that you still get to and think, oh yeah, I can't wait for them to watch this bit. This bit's absolutely class, and I'm going to get, but it must be amazing getting that reaction from an audience.
Yeah, I mean, without giving anything away, another reason why I think Mischief has been so successful is that they kind of push the boundaries each time, so that in this particular show, it's a farce, it's a comedy, but it's also very brave in its physicality. And what I mean by that is that there are a couple of kind of extraordinary stunts, which we can't talk about because then it gives the game away, but you kind of hear gasps when like these scenes begin, because it's kind of audacious, really.
You don't expect to see it at the theatre, do you? You're just like, oh, that's on stage. Like,
Yeah.
what's happening? It's weird. It's brilliant.
Okay, in a nutshell, why should people get tickets to see the comedy about bank robbery, which, by the way, you can get by clicking on the link, or you can come in and buy from us here. We have tickets for the comedy about bank robbery every day. So why should they?
It's 2.5 hours of pure escapism and silliness.
Anything to add?
No, it's just silly fun, and if you don't want to be, affected by depressing things, then come and have a laugh with us, because we're having a laugh every night.
Sam?
I think they've said it. I think it's just one of those shows. There's all these shows that you should go and see that are dealing with real life issues and are very important. But I think sometimes you need just escapism and to just put all that stuff away. And we'll give that to you, hopefully.
Fantastic. I'm going to come on again and see it.
Yeah,
It's
please
a
do.
great show. And I was saying before we went live, I've seen it a few times, and each time I go, actually you just see a little bit more as well. You see something different, so you can go again. So if you've already
You are
seen
allowed
it,
to, yeah.
go back again. It's really good. It's really good. Thank you so much, guys, for coming in. It's been an
Thank you.
absolute pleasure to see you. We are going to continue to do a Q&A over on Instagram, so head over there now. But other than that, thank you for coming in, and have a fantastic rest of the time in the show.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.